Hey Solutionary members, I am just so excited that you are and remain a member of not only the Early Childhood Revolution, but of this membership program. So I want to take just a minute and show you some changes to your library and make sure that you are getting the very most out of your membership. So I'm here on the prekteachandplay.com homepage. I'm going to click Login, and you should be able to log in without any problem. I know some of you have, so please reach out if you ever have a problem, even for one day. So the first part is what we call dripped content. So depending on how long you've been a member will depend on how many months you can see. And so when anyone joins, they get their first 2 months. And so both of those should be hyperlinked and accessible. If you've been a member for 12 months, you should be able to see month 12 content. If you have been a member longer than a year, certainly you'll be able to see the second year and so forth and so on. The other thing you might want to make use out of is the searchable table of contents. This is a Google Drive document that is kind of searchable by doing Control F or Apple F or however you do search on your computer. And when you do that, let's say I'm looking for something on authentic assessment, then I can just type in the word authentic and anything on any month. Again, the month will only hyperlink and work for you if you are a member up until that point. So if you're not yet a member in month 8, this page will say you don't yet have access. But this is just one way that we've been trying to keep track of across months, different things. So you can either use the title of something that you remember seeing or a keyword, and that table of contents will help you know which month it was buried in. Because I know it can be a bit of a rabbit hole and it's hard to know where you saw things, whether it was in a post or from social media or here in your library. But just know that anything I post and share in social media, I add to your monthly membership. So it's sort of a running archive, if you will. So you don't have to dig back through social media. And then once you're in a particular month, let's say month 8, there's always the at a glance handout. And then there are the actual resources, and the images and the title should hyperlink you to the resource. Then there's a brief annotation of what you'll find. So again, you can do something that would be searching, and you can search for authentic and see if there's anything on this particular month on that topic. So it's another way that you can kind of search by month without having to read everything. I also encourage you to do the click here to tweet this. This will take the statement here that Bethany works so hard on every month to create and shares it out on Twitter. And then it will create a library under the hashtag of pre-K-tip, so that if you ever go to Twitter and you search hashtag pre-K-tip, let's just do that together for a minute. So I'll go to Twitter, and under search, I'm going to do hashtag pre-K-tip. Then it's a way that anything that's ever been tagged with that hashtag will show up as well, so that you can see things from live events as well as see things that are from the membership but are just sort of an inspirational quote or something that is that we want to share out with other people. So that's just a quick reminder of how the monthly content works. And then it always takes you back to the library. And then just again quickly, there are 3 things here at the top that are rather new. One, I'm trying to do weekly Q&As from the field. So if the field, anyone has a question, I try to answer it in a video. And so I'm archiving that. So over time, this will get longer and longer and longer, but each one is a link to a YouTube video. So this first one is about curriculum and how it doesn't come in a box. The second one is resources that you can share with families to promote children's social emotional health and well-being. And another one's coming soon about themes. And so again, that first link will take you to a page where there's another kind of mini library being created, and over time I'll get text here so that you can search as well. The second one is another little mini library, which are facts and figures. So each of these is a standalone handout that you can share with others. This one happens to be on facts and figures around return on investment in the early years. And so there's a whole library of those being created over time. There's 3 right now at the time of this recording. And then the newest one is something that we're going to work on, Ashley and I are going to work on in 2019, and these are ECED Bytes, and so they're something that I'm going to work on having quarterly for members. And so if you want to learn a little bit more, or if you've seen what bytes are and it's just been a while since you have maybe done anything with them, you can click on there. You can download all of our pilot ECED Bytes, but they're contributions from colleagues in the field that are helping me put together things that you can use and reuse in pre-service and in-service professional development and learning. So we have some on curiosity to you, on forming friendships, learning to read, and vocabulary. There's some other things if you enter your name and email, and there's a request to complete a survey if you use them. But this is something you'll learn more about, so I don't expect this little quick tutorial to explain exactly what they are, but it's something that Ashley and I have been working on and off for years, and I really want to devote time in 2019. Then the rest of your library is just that. It's a growing library of resources that are created just for members. Or they're expansions of things that other people, other members of the revolution have access to, but the full version is accessible to members only. And so you'll see different things where it may say full version, or it's just something I shared broadly, but then eventually moved just to here. For members. So then lastly, back in the day when I was doing more Facebook Lives, or whenever I do a Facebook Live, I archive it here. And then really back in the day, I used to do Periscope broadcast, and all of those are archived. And then again, it just takes you back to your table of contents. So this is a little bit longer than I had hoped, but I hope it makes sense that you always come into your library to get your dripped content, that you can search our searchable table of contents, or you can search by a given month by looking for keywords and phrases. That there are 3 big things right now that are mini libraries, or many things you can search within your library. One are weekly videos of Q&A. The second is a growing list of facts and figure handouts, and then soon, there are some already, but soon to be expanded, ECED Bytes, and then the rest of it are members only resources. So if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out, and thank you again for your membership.